Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're going to be installing the Mach 1000 subwoofers into my Cobra. Now my Cobra already has a sound system, so these amps won't really be in use. They'll be for decoration, if anything, for the moment, unless I put them in my Mach 1. But anyway, what you have is a plug that goes into your subwoofer, and as you can see, there's 4 wires that are coming out of it. Now what's really cool is if you look at the back of the plug, they're numbered. So see the number 1 on the top left, and number 2 is the top right. And then on the bottom, you have 3 and 4. And so basically the top 2 are positive and the bottom 2 are negative. So if you pull up the schematic, it's really cool. It'll show you that you basically have a positive and negative running to each amp. So 2 amps for each subwoofer. And it's really nice on the schematic. As you can see, it shows you positive and negative, what those numbers are, 1 and 3 in this case. It even tells you the colors, pink with lime green, orange with red. And so you know what cables to follow if you look at the schematic. And so you can match those up on the plug, and sure enough, number 1 has that pink with lime green and so forth. So the plug that goes to the actual rack here with the amps on it has the same colors and the same numbering. So it's really nice. Of course, it just matches up. This plug that's going to the amp has the same numbering, and so as you can see, if you just look at the colors alone, you can see that there's our orange and then our pink with lime green, and it's going into one of the amplifiers, and the wires going into the next one are going to be that blue one and the other tan color. So these are known as inboard and outboard amps. And by following the wires, we can see that the different colors match up to each amp. So you have this amp is going to 2, and this amp is going to the other 2 wires. Now, I was curious how it's all attached, so we're taking our T15 Torx, and we're going to disassemble this subwoofer just to see how it's attached inside, and I was curious anyway. So we went ahead and just removed these, and then with the T15 as well, we went and took out all of the screws that go around it. On the back, there's a 10mm socket, and so that will take off this nut on the back that's holding the subwoofer to the box. And so just take those off, and of course it's all magnetic, very powerful magnet, as you'll see. And so as you pull the subwoofer out, this is what it looks like. You got 2 wires, a positive and a negative, going to one side. That's ultimately being powered by 1 amp. And then you have the same thing on the bottom for the other colors, and the other positive and negative that are going to be going to the other amplifier. So all the colors match up, and it's very easy to follow. And also, I just decided to get you the part number here, since I'd never seen this on a Mach 1000 subwoofer. This is pretty cool. So here's the part number and what it looks like. I removed the brackets so that you could see that. Now, I wanted to leave everything inside the amp factory mounted, so I decided what we're going to do is come down here on the plug, and this will be far enough in and inconspicuous if I want to put it back together. I could easily do that, and so as much as it hurts, I cut this factory wire, and so this is the harness that's going to the other amps. And so basically what we're going to do now is unravel this, and you'll just see each of the colors, and we're going to basically strip these down and separate them positive and negative. And so we took our stripper here and just took off the ends of each of these wires. And we can go back and solder this and everything, but this is just mocking it up and making sure it all works. Okay, so again, now we're following our numbers. Number 1 and number 2 are both positives, and then number 3 and number 4 are going to be both of our negatives. Okay, so as far as my system is now, you know, what I took out of the car was a subwoofer that had a positive and a negative. So we're just going to attach these together, positive to positive and negative to negative, and twist them together. So now all we have is basically 1 positive and 1 negative once these are put together. Next, we're just going to take our subwoofer and bring it into the trunk, and I'm just adding the speaker wire now that went to my subwoofer for the positive and twisted it in with the other 2 positives, and we put the little wing nut here on it just to lock it together, and did the same with the negative. So we have our positive and negative connections and a nice factory click there. So it's very nice how it just clicks in together, and I don't have to worry about it being in the subwoofer and falling off or anything. So I started it up, and sure enough, this factory one is bumping along, and the new one is working perfectly as well. So now I just repeated the same thing on the other side. It's the exact same colors, the same positions, everything just went right back together. have my Mach 1000 subwoofers that are running off of the amps that I already had in the car for its sound system. And so anyway, stay tuned. This is just a quick look of how this is coming together now. And please subscribe so that you can see other videos that I've done. And thanks for watching.